all our deliberate or intentional activities are centered on our sense of self that we call I. I deliberately and intentionally do things that I want. I do not do anything that I do not want to do. Therefore, in doing and not doing, the center of the doer or the non-doer is that sense of I. The sense of I is an illusion created by our memories of our dead past. I was such and such a baby, I was such and such a child, I was such and such a boy or a girl, I was such and such a youth, a matured person, old person, etc. Those memories create what I consider as I myself. But I know in actual reality, I don't have the body that I had as a baby or a child or a youth or a youngster, a matured person. And when I die, that body dies. I do not own that body. It is lasting until I die. And at the death, I don't have the same body I had in my youth or in my childhood. That my body has changed. We see that our body is changing constantly, daily. Every year the body is changing. The photograph taken in 1 year is different from the photograph taken in the next year and so on. We know practically our body changes and it is very visible, clearly visible, that our mind is constantly changing. Thoughts are passing. They don't stop. Every thought is born to decay and die. They appear to disappear. They are ephemeral. Though our physical process and the mental process are in a flux, constant flux, changing, still we have the idea, I am so and so, as if I am going to be a permanent person. It is permanent person myself that lived as a child, a baby, a youth, and so on. But actual reality also I know it, even by knowing the real nature of the changes that has happened to the body and the mind that called I myself, I still believe and have the sense this is I myself. Although my emotions are changing day by day, although my thoughts and even my opinions and ideas are changing constantly, I think that my mind is mine, and whatever I consider as myself go to form the sense of I, the sense of self. It is this self that has become the center of all our activities. Activities of the unenlightened, non-enlightened people are centered round the sense of self. The enlightened ones, the Arahants, the Buddhas, they don't have the sense of a self. The sense of self disappears in the very first stage on the path to nirvana. And that stage called Sotapanna stage. In English, it is called stream winner. When you fall in the stream that goes direct to the nirvana without any deviation. That is the first stage on our approach to nirvana. And what happens at that stage is called the disappearance of Sakkaya Ditthi. Sakkaya Ditthi Vichikichanta Silabbatang Vapi Adachikinti. There are three types of ideas that disappear at the streaming stage. The first stage, the sense of self, the idea of self. That is called Sakkaya Ditthi. Its meaning is, this is my group, this is my possession, my body, my idea, my name, my wife, husband, my country, and so on. Whatever that I call I suppose to be the owner to whom they belong to. Though you may not legally own everything, you think that is my country, my village, my family, my wife, my child, my uncle, and so on. And it is with this idea we do things deliberately. There are two types of things that happen in us, two types of activities. Some activities are indeliberate, spontaneous, natural. Breathing, it happens automatically. Blood circulation, it happens automatically. Digestion of food, it happens automatically. That is the type of thing that happens automatically in us. But there are intentional activities that goes on. When I want to go somewhere, one foot up and one foot down, we go. Raising the foot up and putting the foot down, we do it deliberately, but habitually, mechanically, we may go. But we go because of the idea, because of the thought, I want to go to such and such a place, along such and such a path. Therefore, thought is the basis of our deliberate intentional activities. And the basis of the thought is the intention or the deliberation. Intention or deliberation is based on the sense of self. I want to go there, I want to be here, and so on. We have deliberations. The enlightened ones have no sense of self. As I mentioned earlier, it disappears on the first stage to enlightenment. Ratan Sutra says, even after the first stage, one may be reborn for the seventh time, but not for the eighth time. Nate bhavang attamang adiyanti. That means the force of the self can go on. The force of the self that has been created from the time immemorial, from birth to birth, has a force, has a power, and it moves on. After even entering the first stage towards enlightenment. That is only up to the seventh life, not to the eighth life, as I mentioned. Nate bhavang attamang adiyanti. But after enlightenment, no more birth. Birth is caused by a stream of consciousness. Nirvana, attainment nirvana, enlightenment is the cessation of that consciousness stream. It is consciousness that says, I, this mine, this yours, and so on. That idea of I is based on the consciousness of the I. But after enlightenment, there is no sensation of I and no karmic forces for rebirth that can enter into the stream of consciousness after the enlightenment. But even though one is free from the stream of consciousness, the formation of being aware, sensitive, being conscious is there without the sense of an I. Therefore, even the enlightened one have their own sensations. But they don't consider they are based on the sense of I. There is the sight, there is the seeing, not I am seeing, not I am looking. That is what happened to the Buddha at the enlightenment, as he mentioned in the first discourse called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. He discovered nirvana, discovery of nirvana, that means seeing the nirvana. He referred to as Chakkung Udapadi, I arose. Here is metaphorically saying the sight of nirvana got cropped up, got manifested. Seeing was there, but nobody seeing it, because self is not there. But nirvana is also there, but not separate from you. You become one with the nirvana at the enlightenment. That's what happened. This is nirvana. Experiencing nirvana, but there is no experiencer. Jnanam Udapadi, awareness, knowing it. Panya Udapadi, knowing it wisely, through wisdom. Then Vidya Udapadi, realization of the Four Noble Truth, the reality, ultimate truth. Then what happens? Aloka Udapadi, arising of light, that means enlightenment. That is how one gets enlightened. A Buddha or a Pacceka Buddha or a Savaka Buddha. Anybody has to pass those stages in the process of enlightenment. Once enlightened, there is no self to think intentionally. Therefore, their activities are not creating a karmic force to give us a rebirth. And therefore, their thoughts are said to be kriya chitta. Kriya means activity. Our activities, deliberate or indeliberate, are based on a form of mind. Even the enlightened ones, they go the arms begging round. They eat, they drink, they sleep, they rest, they work, they talk, they see, they hear. Those are activities. But without the idea of a self. They are spontaneous, natural activities. Even in us, those activities are natural, but we import the idea of self into it. Seeing it there, but we import the idea, I see it, I hear it, I know it. Ideas are there, but it is imported, I is imported and says my idea, my opinion, my wish, and so on. And without that center, activities are going on in the enlightened one until the final passing away. As there is no self, as there is no intention, intention is not there because there is no body to intend it, no self. They happen naturally. Spontaneous activities, automatic activities, without a doer. There is a doing without a doer. And they are based on Every activity that we perform are based on a thought. The basis of our activities is our thought with regard to the activity. It is the thought that gives rise to the word. It is the thought that gives rise to our deeds. Basis of our deeds is a thought. Basis of our words or speech is a thought. But thoughts are selfless. Selfless thoughts and therefore selfless activities when there is enlightenment. Because of that, when there is no I, there is neither pain nor pleasure. They don't have feelings, sentiments. Their sense gets stimulated. Rupa is there. Rupa means stimulation of sense organ. Vedana is the feeling given by at instrument, pleasant, unpleasant or neutral. But an enlightened one does not entertain any of those feelings. But awareness is there, and that is called Sanya Vedaita. The Sanya Vedaita is really, the awareness is by the mind. When a sense organ is stimulated, it gives a signal to the mind, there is such and such a stimulation. And that signal is called Sanya in Pali. That signal through electric means along our nerves gives the information. Those signals give the information to our mind, and mind becomes aware of the signal, the causal signal, with previous experiences. We hear a sound, a voice, or that is mother calling me, or that is father shouting. We recognize with the help of our memories. Even in the Arahants, memories are there. Recognition of sounds are there. Even Buddha recognizes, oh, this is Reverend Rahula, this is Reverend Sariputta, this is Reverend Moggallana, and etc. This is Savatthi. He recognizes cities. This is Anathapindika, this is Visakha, this is Kosala. He can recognize with the memories. They have the memories. It is with the help of the memories, Buddha said, I was, at a certain time, the ascetic called Sumedha, and I was destined to become a Buddha by the Buddha Dipankara, long ago. Millions and billions of light years away. But Buddha could see it here by memory. Therefore, enlightened ones have memories. They use memories. It's not right to say use memories. The memories get used by them. Because there is nobody to use them. They become aware, they recognize, cognition is there in them, recognition is there in them, but no feeling, only awareness, Sanya Vedaita, that ceases on two occasions. When an enlightenment gets absorbed in the trance called Sanya Vedaita Nirodha, and that is temporary for a few days, and finally forever when an enlightenment passes away, and that is called Parinibbana. Till then, awareness is there, memory is there, thoughts are there, but no thinking. There is no thought process, only awareness is there. Thinking is there when we have likes, dislikes, and ignorance. Their mind is quite clear. They know the reality of things, Yathabhuta Jnana Darsana. Therefore, They have pure thoughts, and activities of those thoughts are pure because they are free from likes and dislikes, attachment and resentment. Purified activities, sachitta pariyodapana. When the mind is pure, the activities created by the pure mind is also pure. And therefore, their activities are selfless and pure. Pure means they do not produce effects, good or bad effects. No wholesome karma or no unwholesome karma. They are free from creating thought forces for rebirth, a pleasant rebirth or unpleasant rebirth. They are reborn in any world, in any state of life after their final passing away, because their activities are selfless and pure. And on the path to nirvana, we too can practice pure activities. That means, as said in the sutta called Bhaya Sutta, when you hear something, when you see something, when you smell something, just be aware but don't think of it. Awareness without thinking leads to pure thoughts. Awareness is pure. Thinking it make it unpure. We hear a voice, we hear something, we smell something, and if there's a liking or disliking, there is a thought form. Liking means I like it. Disliking, I don't like it. Ignorance is not knowing it, not becoming aware of it. There should be awareness without liking and disliking, but without thinking. Liking is I liking means I like. Disliking means I dislike. Therefore, without thoughts, there can be pure thoughts. But pure thoughts may do the activities. They want to move the hand, go somewhere, they take bath, they wash their clothes, they eat food, they take drinks, not the drinks that we take. They take liquid for their thirst, but indeliberately, without a motive, without a desire, without liking, without disliking, but full of awareness. And such thoughts are pure, because not only thoughts, such activities are also pure. Vitaragi, vitadosi, vitamohi. Those activities are free from liking, attachment. Vitaragi. They are free from disliking, resentment. Vitadosi. They are free from inattentiveness. Vitamohi. Full awareness is there, but no negative or positive energy is going to move it. Free from vibration, free from motion. Nissarana, not sansarana. Those activities, the mental type of activities. And therefore, they are pure activities, free from liking, disliking, and ignorance. And they are the activities of the enlightened ones. Our activities are controlled by our liking, disliking, or ignorance. There is no controller in the activities of the enlightened one. They are not controlled by, they are called aseka, they are not disciplined. These activities are not controlled by themselves because their self is not there to control it. Therefore, they are perfectly pure. the activities of the enlightened ones.